This is the Takagi Marco Combo Deluxe chair, and it has an issue where the tilting mechanism is slipping. By just pushing down back, it tilts. And it's supposed to only tilt back when you squeeze the handle in the back. To get to it, we need to take off this backrest upholstery. And in the back here we have an Allen screw. We need to take that off so we can remove the backrest cover. This tilting mechanism consists of, it's got a little clutch in here. And when that is, and a sliding shaft. And when that clutch is moved, it frees up the mechanism, the clutch, from this sliding shaft. So when you squeeze the lever up top and it moves this joint rod, it pushes down on this clutch and it releases the spring. Right now it's just falling down by itself with effort. So this clutch is not holding this slide shaft. I tried to clean the grease and oil off of this slide shaft with some degreaser, and it seemed to work for a little while, but then it wasn't working. So there's something has to be adjusted with this clutch. This little clutch plate needs to be adjusted. To understand what's going on with this clutch, when I squeeze the lever up, the angle of the plate goes down. When I release, it comes back more level. When I pull up, you get an angle down. When I release, so I need to come up a little bit more to make this clutch bind on this sliding shaft. So if I want to go up a little bit, then this joint rod needs to go down. So I need to increase the length of this joint rod. And there's a couple nuts at the very top. Right here. There's two nuts. They're tightened together so that they hold, and they need to be released so that we can lengthen this rod a little bit to correspond with our activity on the clutch. So we need to loosen these two nuts and drop it down a little bit. Okay, because the nuts are so closely lined together, I'm able to unscrew them both together at the same time. I'm going to use a little crescent wrench. You may have to use two wrenches to separate them if you can't turn them, but these are both turning at the same time, so I'm going to turn it counterclockwise to loosen it, and just going to turn it about 3 times and then check it. Seems to be holding. I'm going to squeeze my lever and it releases. Holding pretty good. So if you want to do it one more time just to make sure. So it's possible these screws, these nuts, have loosened over time. So if you want to make sure that they will lock, hold the bottom nut and turn and tighten the top nut against it so that they tighten against each other. That will make it tight so that they won't, it's like a locking procedure when you tighten nuts against each other, that they they tend to lock in place. So that's what we've done here. We've tightened the nuts against each other, and that should prevent it from loosening. If you wanted to see a diagram of what we did, here's our all-important clutch. And here's the slide shaft. And this is the joint rod, and the two nuts are up here. So it's the angle of this clutch rod against this slide shaft that binds one against the other when the right angle is either released or turned into it. Now, I had sprayed some degreaser and cleaned it off, but it doesn't necessarily need to be clean. If it's making noise, you might need a little bit of lubricant. Just a little bit of oil and wipe it off so there's just a slight glaze if it's making noise. But if not, then you may not need it. So what we did is we lengthened this joint rod so that it would fall more to change the angle of the clutch to make it bind against the slide shaft.